All right, everyone, welcome to the next NFT Hype episode. We have Recourier and Big Mike from Costa Rica. Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey,
Hey,
doing
good
well.
yourself?
Yeah, we're cold here, Mike. So just don't rub it in, okay?
Yeah, it's like 20 degrees plus on the deck here in the shade.
Well, it's snowing and has ice here, so in case you need to know.
Nice, nice. I think I left that for that specific
Oh,
reason.
you did not. You were in the West Coast. They didn't have that.
We had it like at high altitudes, but
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Oh, but do you miss the mountains from out there?
Oh yeah, big
Yeah.
time. I miss shredding and stuff. But I went surfing recently, so that was fun. So I just need to do more of that, and then I'll miss snowboarding less.
Oh yeah, there you go. Well, Recourier, what do you got going on? Tell us about Cryptomonkeys.
So to understand Cryptomonkeys, you need to get a little bit of the background, which is from Banano. Banano is a meme coin, essentially. It's a fork of Nano, and most people have heard about Nano, but maybe not familiar with the technology. It's a blockchain tech, but it's not linear like Bitcoin or Ethereum is. The backend technology is a little bit different, and it allows for really fast transactions and feeless transactions. And so Banano is a fork of Nano, and it's just kind of for fun, in the same way that Doge is a fork of Bitcoin. And so they had just this whole group of people that were doing this meme coin and were having a good time with it. And when they decided to how to do the public addresses, they wanted to do something a little different. And you know how, like, if you have MetaMask and you have Ethereum, it comes up with a little kind of like voxel thing, and those are different for every public address. So it's a visual representation of the public address. So what they did in Banano is, instead of it being like a voxel or something like that, it's an actual little monkey. So for every address that there is, there's a different monkey. Now, between, all the different hex colors that you can have for fur and for eyes, and it can have, different accessories, and the mouth can be shaped differently. Um, you can have billions and billions and billions of these, and they're all different from each other. So if you were to get the one of the biggest Banano mobile wallets is called Callium. So you get Callium and you get your public address, and you also get a little crypto monkey. And the K is capitalized because that's tied to your key, your public and private key. That crypto monkey is a visual representation of that. So, and the other principle for Banano is free distribution, right? They give it away and then let the market find its value. And it can be given away through drops and different events. And they have something called Banano jobs, where you go and do micro tasks and you can earn Banano for it. They have you can earn Banano. One of the ways is, I'm not sure if you guys have heard of folding at home, but it's basically the same principle as crypto mining, except you're working on math for solving complex health problems. And some of that work, like with COVID, they work with folding at home to do a bunch of analysis to figure out this stuff. So if you sign up to use your mining rigs for folding at home, you can submit that and get paid in Banano for however much mining you're doing.
Yeah.
So there was a decision this summer from a couple people, like, hey, this NFT space is growing. Let's take this idea of crypto monkeys and make it into a NFT project. And so that's what happened. The Crypto Monkeys core team got together and started making these monkeys. And again, it's free distribution. All of the Crypto Monkeys that go out freely through a whole bunch of different distribution models. Some of them are airdropped to people that already have Cryptomonkeys. Some are given away on just random. There's been Atomic Hub drops. There's been articles published with hidden links in them. There's Twitter giveaways like all the time. And so that's how they're distributed. They go out there and the market finds their price.
Is there a supply on it, or max total supply, or?
Yeah, so there's a bunch of different rarities, and there's, commons and uncommons and rares and epics and legendaries, and each of those have different max amounts on them. And so like legendary, there's only 19. That's it. 19 is a big number in the Cryptomonkeys community. There's some lore to it. A lot of, if you look at all the rarities, they all have 19 or 91, and then there's one that's 423. And those are all relevant to that number 19 in a way. And
what does the 19 signify?
So that's kind of a not community secret, but the best way to find that out is to go into the Discord and start talking to people about it, because there's all of these community theories about it, and nobody knows 100% for sure, except for the core team, what it really means. One of the most interesting community theories about it, which I've been told isn't necessarily the genesis of it, but is a great coincidence. So Banano, its whole big deal is it's like bananas, and they say banana full of potassium, right? Well, the atomic number for potassium is 19.
Oh.
Right.
So that's a huge community theory that's what it's about.
Well, that's better than fat fingering 10 or something like that.
What's that?
It's better than fat fingering like 10 or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so there's a lot of stuff around 19. So the rarities are 19, 91. There's the 423. There's 1919 and 9119, I think. And so those rarities, there's more or less, depending if you're common, uncommon, whatever. And the way that they're made, it's not like drops. Like a lot of NFT projects, you make your series of cards, right? And then you have a drop, you have a pack sale, it goes out. That's not what happens with Cryptomonkeys. There's a new release like 1 to 2 times a week, and they're constantly coming out. And there is sometimes it's legendary, sometimes it's common, sometimes it's uncommon, and it goes up and down, and the supplies for those change, and then they're distributed over time to everyone. So the only time that the actual Cryptomonkeys team sells Cryptomonkeys is they're auctioned for charity. And a lot of times what that is the mint one of the legendaries. So that goes up for auction, and then the proceeds from that will go to charity. Typically we work with Uplift and Blue, and have been donating to him. So we also just we're in the middle of a charity auction right now that is for cancer research, children's cancer research. So the proceeds for that will go to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. That auction is up right now. It ends this coming Saturday, noon Eastern. And that is for the Blue Wizard, which is an epic. And that is tied to the Blue Wizard that people in the wax community are typically very aware of. So that is up for auction now too, and those proceeds don't go to the team; they go to charity. So there is a ever-changing supply as the older cards are being distributed and as new cards come out.
Okay, so you said it was a mem coin originally. Does the NFTs tie back to the mem coin somehow, or?
Actually, it does. It's kind of interesting. I find it really interesting. Some people are like confused about it, but I really like this. So initially when you made that public address, a a CryptoMonkey came up for it. Well, these are obviously custom CryptoMonkeys. So there is a way that the core team works with the Banano team, and they actually have a Banano address assigned to them. Now, obviously, it's not every different NFT has a different address, because that's just not how templates work on the Atomic Standard. But if you do look at the cards, flip it over, look at the back, it'll tell you, hey, there's a Banano address associated to this this particular CryptoMonkey. So yeah, they are actual public key CryptoMonkeys for a specific Banano address.
Interesting.
Now, I don't think anybody really uses that address regularly for day-to-day stuff, but yeah.
That would be interesting if you guys did like some kind of promotion around like maybe having some Banano in one of those addresses or something, and then it could be like a giveaway where you like have to get the right CryptoMonkey, and then you could open the key or something. Or
yeah, we're always doing interesting different ways for distribution. We want really to have as wide a distribution as possible and reach as many different communities, so that it isn't just a small community that's collecting all of these, but it is a really wide distribution, reaching as many people as possible. So we're always doing different collaborations with different projects. We're doing Alien Worlds right now. We've worked with GoPepe. We did a drop for Nifty Wizards in the past, as well as some larger, some smaller project collaborations that have happened. But we've got a big collaboration with Alien Worlds right now.
Cool. Before we get into that, talk about why CryptoMonkeys was named one of the best wax projects. I mean, I think the awards just came out, and you guys kind of scooped a lot of those awards.
Yeah, we had 2 number 1s and 2 number 2s. So we had we've got a very, very strong community, and I will kind of talk about that when we get to the Alien World stuff. But there's a very, very strong community, because these cards that people are earning for free have found a ton of value. You know, we've had several sell in hundreds of dollars, and a couple sell in thousands of dollars, all for free distribution, right? So it's a very, very passionate community. And because it's kind of born out of that meme coin where the focus is fun, the focus isn't like making money. The CryptoMonkeys team, we don't really make money off of it. We do it because it's fun and it's awesome and it's a great community.
so what is your guys' funding model then, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, I do it for free.
Right. And
So,
does the rest of the core team work for free as well? Or
yes. So there's some amount, just like everything on Atomic Hub, there are the commissions on secondary sales,
author fees?
yeah, some stuff like that. And sometimes as team members we'll get some cards, but it's not like I don't automatically get cards, especially the legendaries, right? There's only 19 of those. We can't hand them out to every team member. So we just do it because we are collectors and we like the collection and we see value in it. And so it's growing that collection. So I've, since joining the team, I've become a big collector. I participate in all the different distribution models. And, theoretically there's that commission on the secondary sales, and there's a couple other places, where there's a little bit that comes in, but it's not.
Is there
like
any tie-in with Banano? Like, is there any like Banano funding or any kind of like worker proposal type thing that?
So there's overlap on the team members. The core team members are also different levels of team members on Banano. And yes, we do cross promotions all the time. There's a ton of CryptoMonkeys talk in the Banano server. There's a ton of Banano talk in the CryptoMonkey server. There are tip bots that cross the 2 Discord servers. We'll regularly do joint giveaways where you can win CryptoMonkeys and Banano. We cross promote, but again, Banano, it's the same thing. It's a free distribution model. They're not making money on it per se. They're just distributing Banano out and letting it find its price within the community, and the people who are doing it also, you know, collect the banana the same way that we would collect the Cryptomonkeys, because we find value in it, and we think that the community will find value in it and it'll grow. So
Right. So the distribution basically reaches everyone, and then everyone benefits because they have the coins or the cards, and the market decides the price.
yes, yeah, that's the idea. And with Cryptomonkeys, it's amazing how the market has set the price and how valuable people have considered them to be, especially the legendaries are several hundreds of dollars. The epics, which are 91 for each that are sent out, those are nearly impossible to get for under $100 a piece on the secondary market. But that said, anybody has a chance at getting dropped legendaries and epics through some of these distribution models. One of the big there's two really big distribution models aside from all of the giveaways and Twitter giveaways and whatever. There's something called monkey farming, which basically, if you hold Cryptomonkeys in your wallet, 19% of all new Cryptomonkeys that are made are distributed through farming. And so they are sent out to wallets that already have Cryptomonkeys in them. But there's all different ways that it's figured out. So for commons, a lot of wallets are going to get the commons because there's 9,000 plus of those, right? For legendaries, you know, 1 or 2 are going to get sent out, and we'll query all the wallets, and you just have to be lucky. And it depends on what cards you have. It's not simply holding a Cryptomonkey. If you hold more rare ones, you have higher chances of getting cards. If you hold the series 1s, those are chosen for monkey farming a little more often than the series 2 will be. So the best way to get chances at new cards through that distribution model is collecting as many of the series 1 cards and also series 2 and whatever as you can. And then on farming days, like, new cards will show up in your wallet. The other big one, which we're partnering with Alien Worlds on, is the NFT distribution through Alien Worlds, which is eventually something that they're going to build right into their NFT drop mechanism in the game. Landowners will be able to do that. Right now, we're doing that all manually because we wanted to get it going. And this is kind of the part where it'll show you what this community will really do. So we started talking about this not too long ago, and we decided, let's go get a bunch of land on Neri. At that time, Neri was the least staked planet and the least sought after lands. So we went out and we collected lands. Well, we don't have money, right? We have Cryptomonkeys cards. So we traded Cryptomonkeys cards for Alien Worlds lands. And then we just told everybody, hey, go mine on these lands. And if you meet the metrics that we set, which are fairly low, we'll send you out Cryptomonkeys cards. And so we also said, go stake to Neri. And if you meet the staking metrics, you'll get Cryptomonkeys cards. The more you stake, the more cards, and the more rare cards, the more you mine, the more rare cards. And it took off. If you look at the charts for staking, it's like all the other planets are kind of, up and down, and Neri just goes almost straight up.
I've seen that chart, and I'll put it as part of this video. So when you can see what that looks like.
So that is 100% Cryptomonkeys influence.
Well, hold on here. I thought there was only one Cabal.
Well,
there's many groups.
Yeah,
but there's only one Cabal.
There's only one Cabal. And
I will note that the Cavian staking chart does continue to rise on a continual basis.
Yes,
so.
It does. It does. And in my own personal lands, I was able to get some land packs when they came out, and I do own a Cavian, and that's great. I'm not anti-Cavian, but
you're just another otherworlder, right?
Yeah. So, to really look at the influence of our community, most of those.
It's amazing what you guys have done for Neri. It's
most of those
very incredible
miners weren't in alien worlds, and they started with a shovel.
Wow.
And so what
Well, when you say they weren't in alien worlds, meaning they were brand new to the alien worlds ecosystem?
yeah, they signed up for it specifically to mine for
Wow.
Cryptomonkeys.
That's cool.
And so most of them just started with a shovel. So then what happened is one of our users said, well, I'm going to start a foundation, and everybody who wants spare tools can get them. And as you mine and as you get NFTs for better tools, just send them back. So anybody that starts with Cryptomonkeys, you'll already have a shovel, and he'll send out 2 more of the abundant tools, and then just send them back when you don't need them anymore. And they just get passed around the community. So everybody who's starting with just a shovel can also have like two other of the abundant
A
tools.
drill and
Yep, exactly.
something else.
And so people just started mining, and then they just said, stake everything you can to Neri, mine and stake, and you'll get Cryptomonkeys cards. And some people admittedly went out and bought TLM, but a lot of people they just keep dumping the TLM in that they mine. And as they mine more, they get better tools. They trade the abundance back to the foundation, and they start using whatever tools they get. You know, you can mine commons and rares and even epics. And so people are going
So
for
then I guess Cryptomonkeys are planning on going after monkey governance on Neri. Is that correct?
Who's the King Kong of the world, right?
it. May be that it works out that way. Yeah. You know, nothing is set in stone or stardust or whatever the case may be. But yeah, there is now, I mean, the vast majority of Neri token holders are people that came from Cryptomonkeys, and then there are a couple people that had already been Neri stalwarts in a sense and are really happy about what happened here. So, you know, they've come to us and said, like, how can we help make this happen? So so yeah, it's going on. And if you check into the Cryptomonkeys community, the metrics for what cards you get and everything get adjusted after every distribution, but they're kept low to get commons and stuff like that. You don't have to do a lot. You've just got to be active. You've got to stake some minimal amount, which is not very much at all, and you have to mine some minimal amount, which you can get to with just a shovel if you only had that, and you can easily get to with a handful of abundant tools. And then the more you mine and the more you stake, the nicer cards you get. And they go out roughly, you know, 3 to 4 times a month. It's not like definitively it's every Friday or anything like that, but 3 to 4 times a month, that distribution is going to go out, and you're going to get all your Cryptomonkey cards that you staked for or mined for.
Cool.
Yeah, I won one from Twitter. I was pretty happy. It was one of the Alien Worlds one too. So it's cool. I didn't have one of those. So
Yeah.
I really
It's just
like them.
it just seems to me like just a commentary, like if you had to build a meme coin, this would be, you know, just the type of way you would do it. It's you look at, you know, Doge out there pumping because you know, for whatever reason, you know, it's just
Because Elon bought it all.
Well, there's that. Well, it started with the whole Wall Street bets thing, and they pumped it, and now Elon's pumping it, and whatever.
Yeah, it just seems this is how it happens. This is how you do it on a technology like Wax, where it's feeless and you can do drops and not have it cost you a ton of gas. And here you are just building a community like with your meme coin. That's amazing.
Yeah. So Banano is its own chain, and
Okay.
is so it's distributed on its own chain. And then of course Cryptomonkeys is on Wax because the Banano chain wasn't built to be an NFT platform.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it's been great. It's been really exciting. I wasn't on the team right at launch, but
Yeah, how did that happen?
that's really funny. So I was just enjoying being a community member, and I stream every Friday with Upland Action News because I'm a Upland guy too, and Left House, right? So he and I do a segment every Friday, and we were both getting into Crypto Monkeys, and I was just talking about it, and we were just talking about it, and they reached out to me and they said, hey, I really like how you describe Banano and how Banano, ties into Crypto Monkeys. So do you want to maybe do some more of that? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'm happy to. So they brought me on board. They said, all right, you're an official team member, and let's distribute out some Crypto Monkeys. So every time you go and do something, you can give out some Crypto Monkeys. And that's true for today too. If you guys can think of a distribution model that you're comfortable with your audience, give me a list and we'll send some Crypto Monkeys out to your audience.
Oh, it sounds like some NFT hype promo owners might be happy after this interview.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody who has the gold badge, I think we're doing the gold badge so we can distribute some to there.
And so,
nice.
Yeah, I'll work with you. Just let me know how many you need. We'll come up with a list, and I can send some over to you guys, and you can send them out.
Cool.
So, so yeah, they said, come on board, be part of the team. So I do the Upland Action News every Friday. I'm starting today. I did a test run, and I'm doing another stream with Corey Cottrell. And
I love Corey. He's a good friend of mine.
Yeah. So we're going to be streaming for his project, The Uplifter, on Fridays as well. And then, I go out and do interviews with different platforms, you guys, and whoever's interested in learning about Crypto Monkeys. And then I give away Crypto Monkeys to people. That part I think I love the most, because just, every so often I'm like, hey, I need a reload. They drop me a whole bunch of Crypto Monkeys. I give them out to people. They're like, use your judgment, give them out however you want. And then when I use them all up, I'm like, hey, I need some more. And the core team members have access to the minting and the wallets and everything. And so
what about the artists? Like who's the artist and how does that work?
So the main artist is Soggy Apple Pie. That's her name. And she goes out and she talks about her process and stuff in the community. And a lot of times it's, there's always something that ties the cards back to something. Sometimes, like we did a Mandalorian themed card, and we did a Sailor Moon themed card. We're doing Alien Wars themed cards, the last couple mining themes. Sometimes they're collaboration cards. So we did the Nifty Witch that was with the Nifty Wizards.
Mm-hmm.
We've done Go Pepe themed cards. So there's always this little theme there for each card, and it works through the cards. And another really interesting thing that she does, every single card, she already knows what the next card's going to be, right? She drops a hint in that card.
Oh.
And it's always like a little subtle hint. And then there's a specific channel on the server. And if you go in after a card is dropped and then you guess the name of the next card, you'll get that card. But you have to guess exactly the name. So some of them are a little more obvious, like the hint for the Monkey Lorian was one of the ships in the Sailor Moon key card, was the ship from the Mandalorian show. And so a bunch of people guessed that one. Other ones, nobody guesses them, or they get kind of the idea, the theme, but they don't get the card name right. So that's always a interesting thing. And then on card reveal days, not always, because it depends on just what's happening in life for the core team, but pretty often on card reveals, there's what's called a card reveal party. And there's banana drops and there's card drops, and they open up a channel and they say, everybody posts their wax wallet, it'll get a card. Everybody who, hits this button will get a banana tip and stuff like that. So just being engaged with the community, whether it's on the Crypto Monkeys or the Banano server, you are going to earn Banano and Crypto Monkeys just by engagement. If you go and post a funny meme, you get tipped a Crypto Monkeys card. And those Crypto Monkey tips, they come out of a pool of cards. So that pool of cards is a lot of the commons and uncommons, but there's rares and epics that are in that pool. So you could put a little meme together that you think is funny, post it. One of the core teams like, yeah, that's funny, monkey drop. And you could just get an epic. So you could earn a $200 card because you put together a meme. So,
Nice.
and that's the whole point.
So-
Distribution, get the cards out there to the people, to the community.
Where are your social channels, like Telegram, Discord?
So there's a Telegram, there's a Discord. There's two Discords. There's one for Banano and there's one for Cryptomonkeys. So if you want to learn about Banano, that one's easy. It's just banano.how. So banano.how. And that tells you all about Banano. It tells you how to get into the Banano mining for medical research. It tells you how to get your wallet and everything. And then the website for Cryptomonkeys is cryptomonkeys.cc. And you can go there and that has links for everything. If you're a Telegram user, go get connected on the Telegram channel.
Yeah, we'll put it in the description.
And then the Discord's where it's really all at, because they can organize it and they can have a card reveal channel and they can have the giveaway channel and they can have all of that stuff.
You have a bunch of groups over there, right?
Yeah. So it's definitely, it's good to be in the Telegram, but if you really want to have your best chance of earning cards, you're going to want to get into the Discord. That's where a lot of the distribution happens. And that's where you hear about all of the streams and stuff. And if you tune into live streams and I'm there, usually we give cards away live so that the people that are watching actively, get the cards. So it's a way to tune in.
Yeah, we just have to find Mike. Maybe you'll finally get onto Discord, eh?
I'm on there. I just hide out and then read things occasionally, respond to the odd, personal message. But yeah, Telegram has most of my focus for sure.
Yeah. Well, it was awesome having you on. I like what you guys are doing. The memcoin thing totally makes sense, and I think I'm gonna dig a little bit more into it now. I know Mike. Yeah, Mike brought this to my attention pretty early on, but I'm just happy to have you guys on. Yeah,
well, I'm always happy to come back, and definitely, reach out to me. Let me know what you want to do for your users for distributing some cards, and we'll make it happen.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much, sir.
Happy to be here. Thanks so much, guys. I love it. So I'm happy to come back anytime.
Okay.
Great.
Thanks, Recourier. Peace out, man.
Have a great one. Bye.